QEEG is an assessment of brain activity. During the QEEG, the client performs a number of tests. The brain activity obtained and the results of these tests will be compared with previous QEEG assessments from people of the same age and gender. Prior to the QEEG, it is important that the client completes the online questionnaire and follows the preparation instructions. These steps can be found on the Brainclinics website. First, a brief conversation takes place between the researcher and the client. During this conversation, the researcher will explain the procedures of the QEEG assessment. The client is then asked to complete a number of forms. After the conversation, the researcher and client proceed to the room where the assessment takes place. The client is then fitted with a strap around the chest to measure respiration. The researcher places a specially selected cap on the client's head. This cap contains electrodes that measure brain activity. The cap also contains a number of electrodes that are attached to several places on the face, such as around the eyes and the jaw. Among other things, these electrodes measure eye movement and muscle tension. When everything is properly connected, the QEEG assessment begins. For different tests, the client receives instructions via the computer screen and headphones. The whole QEEG assessment takes about an hour, and the client is asked to complete several tests using a button box. During the assessment, it is very important that the client remain relaxed and comfortable. Muscle activity and stress can interfere with the EEG signal. Clients who take QEEG for neurofeedback also receive an additional neuropsychological battery of tests as part of the assessment. The neuropsychological assessment is an automated series of tests that also take about an hour. During this assessment, the client sits in front of a touchscreen and receives instructions for the tests via headphones and the computer screen. Once the QEEG assessment is completed, the results will be analyzed and a report will be generated. This report will be reviewed and interpreted by the Brainclinics team.